Hello, friends. Have you ever lost something? Maybe you lost your keys. Maybe you lost a sock. Where do all the socks go? Maybe you lost your favorite pen. Usually, when we lose something, it is gone forever. But in a small town called Foggy Bottom, there is a special place. It is a secret place. If you walk down the main street and turn left at the bakery and right at the old tree, you will see a small wooden door. There's no sign on the door, but everyone knows what it is. It is the Library of Lost Things. The librarian is a man named Mr. Finch. Mr. Finch is very short. He wears a green coat with many pockets. He wears thick glasses. He looks like a friendly owl. Mr. Finch does not have books in his library. He has shelves, thousands of shelves, and on the shelves there are boxes. There's a box for red umbrellas. There's a box for left shoes. There's a box for homework eaten by dogs. Mr. Finch knows where everything is. If you come in and say, "Mr. Finch, I lost my glasses," he will smile. He will climb a ladder. He will pick a small blue box. "Here they are," he will say. "I found them under your sofa." Mr. Finch finds everything, but one day he had a very difficult customer. It was a rainy afternoon. The bell on the door rang. Ding-ling! A woman walked into the library. Her name was Sarah. Sarah was young, but she looked very tired. Her coat was wet, her hair was wet, but her eyes were the saddest part. Her eyes were gray and heavy. Mr. Finch looked at her. "Hello," he said. "Did you lose your umbrella?" Sarah shook her head. "No." "Did you lose your wallet?" asked Mr. Finch. "No." "Did you lose your cat?" "No." She walked to the desk. She spoke very quietly. "Mr. Finch, I lost my spark." Mr. Finch stopped cleaning his glasses. "Your spark?" he asked. "Yes," Sarah said. "My light, my happy feeling. I used to wake up in the morning and smile. I used to love painting. I used to love dancing." Sarah looked down at the floor. "But now everything is gray. I go to work, I come home, I sleep, I don't feel anything. I lost my spark. Can you find it?" Mr. Finch looked serious. "This is a difficult case. A spark is very small. It is easy to lose." He walked to the back of the library. This part of the library was dark. The shelves were very high. These were the shelves for intangible things, things you cannot touch. There was a jar labeled "Lost Time." It was empty. There was a jar labeled "Lost Tempers." It was full of red smoke. There was a box labeled "Lost Dreams." Mr. Finch climbed the ladder. He looked on the top shelf. He looked on the bottom shelf. He moved the dust. Cuff, cuff. He looked for 1 hour. He looked for 2 hours. Sarah waited. She felt sad. She thought, "It is gone. I will be sad forever." Finally, Mr. Finch came back. He was holding a very, very small box. It was the size of a ring box. He put it on the table. "I found something," Mr. Finch said. Sarah's eyes opened wide. "Is it my spark?" "Open it," Mr. Finch said. Sarah opened the box slowly. She looked inside, but the box was empty. There was no light. There was no gold. just an empty box. Sarah started to cry. She said, "You see, it is gone. Even the library cannot find it." Mr. Finch smiled gently. He touched her hand. "Look closer, Sarah. Look at the bottom of the box." Sarah wiped her eyes. She looked again. At the bottom of the box, there was a tiny mirror. She saw her own eye. She saw her own tear. "I don't understand," Sarah said. Mr. Finch sat down. "Sarah," he said, "a spark is not like a set of keys. You cannot drop it on the bus." He pointed to the mirror in the box. "The spark is not lost. It is buried." "Buried?" asked Sarah. "Yes," Mr. Finch said. "Imagine a fire. Sometimes the fire gets low. You only see ash. You think the fire is dead, but if you blow on it, whoosh, the fire comes back. You are buried under work. You are buried under worry. You are buried under tired. But the spark is still there, inside you." Sarah looked at the mirror. "How do I find it?" she asked. Mr. Finch stood up. He went to a different shelf. He brought back 3 things: a paintbrush, a music CD, a chocolate bar. "This is your prescription," he said. "Go home, eat the chocolate, put on the music, and paint a picture, even a bad picture. Don't look for the spark. Just make space for it." Sarah took the items. She didn't feel happy yet, but she felt hopeful. She left the library. 1 week passed. Mr. Finch was working in his library. He was sorting a box of lost buttons. The bell rang. Ding-ling. It was Sarah, but she looked different. Her coat was bright red, her hair was brushed, and she was smiling. It wasn't a big smile, it was a small, shy smile, but it was real. "Mr. Finch," she said, "I found it." "Where was it?" Mr. Finch asked. "It was in the kitchen," Sarah laughed. "I was dancing to the music, I looked out the window at the sun, and suddenly, click, I felt it." Mr. Finch nodded. "I knew it." Sarah put a hand in her pocket. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. "I want to pay for your help." Mr. Finch shook his head. "The library does not take money." "Then what can I give you?" Mr. Finch asked. Mr. Finch pointed to the door. "Outside," he said, "there is a man sitting on the bench. He looks sad. He lost his hope." Mr. Finch smiled at Sarah. "Go and talk to him. Smile at him. Share your spark. That is my payment." Sarah understood. She walked out the door. She sat next to the sad man, and she said, "Hello." Mr. Finch is still there in the Library of Lost Things. He is very busy. People lose things every day. But remember this story. If you lose your keys, look under the sofa. But if you lose your smile, or your courage, or your hope, don't look under the sofa. Look inside. It is not gone. It is just hiding. Listen to some music. Call a friend. Walk in the park. Blow away the ash, and you will find your fire again. Thank you for listening to the Library of Lost Things. Take care of your spark, my friends.